I'll take the money. Yeah, just take the cash.
Thank you very much, Cabinet. Thank you for agreeing to be a part of this
Photo op.
brand new year. Yeah, let's all move out here. One thing about discovering the Filipino community that we've had for the last several weeks, been going to a number of their events, it seems like photos are everywhere.
You have to get taller, Alan, or stand up. Yeah.
You got to get in front.
Now, come on, get in here.
I want to nix it.
I know we're too close for you, Brian.
Joe, you're always part of our leadership team.
Yes,
Come
you're
on.
a permanent part of our.
You're a permanent leader.
That's right. Come on, Edna.
Oh, God.
Come on, dude.
Here you go. Oh, come on.
Just don't call me Mr. Ed.
Dude, show some leg.
Only if you shave.
I shave parts.
And as Lion Ken said, I do need another personal privilege to thank the Filipino community and their desire to share photographs worldwide. It trained me very well for all the photo ops one gets as a director, and I'm sure Joe can reiterate as a past president, you do a lot of smiling for the camera.
I do, Alan, so now Lions is not.
One more, and then we got to move forward.
Here, hold this up.
Okay.
More photos.
More photos.
Oh, she's got it. Airdrop.
We also know that if you follow them, it'll be posted within 30 seconds. And then we can all save the
All
picture.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ready to work your ass off?
I know. Oh, right.
Now that we've established all of those procedures and protocols, and now we are all official, we do have a couple of additional things that we want to talk about. One of them is very important to us as we move forward into the year, and I'm going to be asking Laura Wonderly to come up and talk about that in a few minutes. I was asked. Thank you. We do have a couple of additional individuals that have arrived. Past International Director Dave Roberts and his wife, past District Governor Ann Roberts. And tail twister, for all of those people that I didn't get on the list for him to do, am I covered?
You're covered.
I'm covered.
I've got 2 more.
Okay, I've still got
I wanted in advance if you didn't know.
Okay, thank you. Richard O., you had indicated that you would had a couple of quick presentations you wanted to make? Yes, otherwise I'm going to pull them off the stage, right?
Yeah. Get the hook out. Get the hook out.
Get the hook out.
Oh, Governor, I know you got a lot of things going, trying to make this real fast. About 2 weeks ago, I received a phone call from Sarah Bowman. We all remember past District Governor Bob. When Bob passed away, at the time Sarah was working in Tucson, his wife worked in Tucson, and he, of course, was up in Prescott area. She was cleaning the house out, and she found some things that she thought that we should bring up at our next meeting, because it's some things that Bob apparently somehow didn't pass out, and I think they should be passed out. First of all, who's here from the Bradshaw Mountain Lions Club besides Joe? Can I come forward? Come forward. I have a certificate and a booklet. Apparently, he's a new member. Les Fowler. It's his name tag and all the paraphernalia. You'd pass that one to give to Mark, and we'll give that to him.
I'm gonna take forever.
Okay. The last one I have is Hans Brute here. Hans, and Joseph's not here either? No. Somebody from this club. Tom, I'll give it to you. Mr. Council Chairman, I'll give it to you. I've just heard this morning, congratulations to you. Well deserved, and I know you'll do a great job and make us all look good here at 21C.
I'm trying to do this in some semblance of a protocol order, so I'm going to ask past District Governor Fred Garmison, being the senior of the past District Governors. Senior as in when you last served. I'm supposed to go from the back to the front, right?
Yeah, that's what makes sense.
Fred Garmison, with respect to Lions Clubs International Foundation.
I want to make a presentation before I get into the commercial. First of all, I'd like past District Governor Carl Anderson, step forward, please. When past District Governor Wes Edmonds passed away, there's a boy, 21C for my LCI coordinator, and I asked Lion Carl to step forward, and he did. Not just stepping forward, he also stepped forward and did the job, is working in the job. And for that, I appreciate it very much, and I have for you the Helping Hands Award. Not a commercial before Governor Ken throws me off. We put these cards out on the table. You've seen them before, you've seen them again. They are for individual donations to LCIF, whether you want to continue contributing member pin or just a donation to LCIF. You fill the card out, you check to LCIF, that's spelled FRED. And it'll be forwarded to LCIF, and you will get the credit. The contributing member pins, you now get Melvin Jones credits for those pins. In the past, you didn't. And there's a spot on there to designate where you want the money to go. So you'll see these, they're on the desk, they're on the table, fill them out, mail them to me. You will see them again. Lion Carl has them, and Lion Ken will have more in case it runs out. Thank you.
And just as a point of information and elaborating on that, both Karen and I are making a commitment to LCIF, and for all of the club visitations that we make this year, which should be 45, and to each one of the clubs, we will donate on the name of the club and the club president a $25 contribution to LCIF, so that we can have 100% participation from every club in District 21C. Wow. And my mentor this past year, and now moving forward, my immediate past district governor, who has some material from last year during her reign as queen of the district, Queen Rose Marie.
Okay, I'm going to call on, she wasn't here, she wasn't present at the convention last time. So please, can I call on Zone Chair Ellie Atwood? Thank you so much.
Yeah, take it to her.
Yes, and then can we also ask Lions Bill and Barb Warrington? Thank you so much. Thank you, 21C, for a very great, wonderful year.
We thank you.
And we have to, you know, we were negative, but now we're back to being positive, but we have to keep that momentum going. So let's roll for another great year.
I would also like to acknowledge the Leos that are with us. Would all the Leos please stand up? And I understand we also have a number of Cubs. Cubs, stand up. Knowing that the condition is moving forward and the family concept that we are all in service together, I understand that these young people have already been up since, I think, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock? 5 o'clock this morning on a service project, and then they came from there directly to join us here at this kickoff. It definitely bodes well for the start of a new century of Lions, a new beginning and a new batch of information that's going out to everyone. There's a lot of people that I consider friends out in the audience, and I thank you all for being a part of this great journey. Perhaps the most important thing that we're starting off with is that we're trying to get into the 21st century. We're not 1917 anymore. We're not even 1967, which is almost when I was graduating high school.
I was a year old.
You didn't make it?
Actually, I graduated the year prior, but that's okay. I didn't want to give away my age that bad. We're now in 2017, and we're trying to be technology-wise, which is the reason why I've asked Brian Wallersham to please stand up and be recognized. Brian, we are broadcasting this cabinet meeting live on Facebook.
No, YouTube.
YouTube, pardon me, on YouTube. We will be trying to do some additional broadcasting of technology so that others who are not here, and that doesn't mean you get to leave, doesn't mean that the next time we do this, you don't get to come. It's still come on down and be a part of it, but we are trying to make sure that every opportunity to reach out to all of our members, and we're going to use technology for that. So thank you very much, Brian.
My pleasure.
A little bit later this morning, we're going to have a young lady who's probably forgotten more. In fact, she will be the first one to say that she's forgotten more than I know about Facebook. And that is a young lady that I work with every single day at work, and that's Laura Dillinger. Right? Again, it's the young people who know more about technology, so we might as well start learning from them so that we can integrate it into what we do. There's been a lot of things happening in the district and in the multiple district, particularly over the last several weeks. I'm not going to go into a lot of it, but let's just say that it's wonderful getting back to the numbers that we started the year. At the end of the year, almost every year, there seems to be this significant drop off of membership. And what's happened in these last few weeks is we've charted a new club, the Mesa Vietnamese American Club. Are there any members here this morning? Please stand. I hope that out front they gave you one of the first-timer pins. So if you see somebody that's wearing a first-time pin, please welcome them and give them a lot of encouragement because we want to have them come back. The only reason I'm wearing this first-timer is because it's the first time being a district governor. So I wanted to show my sympathy and support for them being first-time people coming. I'm down to one. Thank you. I had some notes here that are there. We're going to be covering today many different things that will have a dramatic impact on our district and the state of Lions here in Arizona. One of them is the redistricting issue. At 11 o'clock, we will be having a presentation by PID John Walker. Just show your hand again there, John, thank you.
Here I am, the target.
And for those of us that have not heard about the redistricting issue, this will be an opportunity to listen and hear what's going on in that respect. It's an administrative thing, but in May of this next year, part of this Lionistic year, all of the clubs and their voting representatives will be going to that ballot and making a decision on behalf of District 21C. To be able to make an informed decision, we're trying to provide this opportunity to learn the issues, to learn the pros, the cons, so that you and your club can discuss it and make a decision on whether or not you support the redistricting issue. How many times do you get an opportunity to go to a convention and you're handed a ballot and you're supposed to vote on that ballot and you have no idea what that is? I know when I go to the polls quite often, I don't always remember, and that's a different issue, but I don't often always remember all the things that are on the ballot and which ones I like, which is why there's a sample ballot that goes out. Well, when the question is only yes or no, you don't need to have a sample ballot to know what decision you want to make. But knowing what decision you and your club want to make is important for that redistricting issue. So this is an opportunity to learn more about it and be able to move forward intellectually and intelligently on that decision, which will impact us and our state for quite some time. Also, I mentioned very briefly that as a visiting district governor, I would like to be able to make that donation in your name and in your club name. But I'm not going to invite myself to your meeting. I would like you to be able to say, Ken, we're going to be having this activity or this fundraising event or a service project. I would rather be meeting your members and talking to you as we're doing something because we all serve. So I would rather be serving you instead of sitting behind this podium as I am right now. I hope that this is the last time I get to do this. I'm not trying to be a pontificating person. I would rather be working with you hand, feet, mind, body, all of those kinds of things, and meeting with your members. I'm asking and I'm challenging the zone chairs to work with you at the zone level. And when it comes time to getting together and discussing club issues, let's do it at the zone meeting and not take up the time at your club meeting. At your club meeting, that's for you folks. At your club activities, that's where all of us have an opportunity to participate and have a great time. Because with fun, doing service, we all start to get that aha moment. We had a chance last night to talk about exactly that issue. One of the things we're going to be trying to do very strongly this year is communicating stronger. Last year, we came out with a newsletter for past district Governor Rosemarie called the Roaring Pride. That name was selected because Barbara and Bill Worthington had suggested it, and that was the name chosen for the Roaring Pride newsletter for the district. We want to go beyond just sending out a newsletter. We want to start sending information to our local media, newspapers, magazines, radio stations about what do Lions do. We're not the best kept secret, or we shouldn't be. We need to be telling people who we are, what we do, and where we're going as Lions. For that reason, all of us have had the opportunity to have an aha moment. You know, that's where instead of just being a Lion and you get the pin and you get to put it on, that's when you are inducted into Lions. But it's that time when you're out there having that service project or that moment where you discover in your heart that all of a sudden, so this is what Lions is all about. This is that opportunity that made me go, wow, I am so proud to be a Lion. That story is what we want to communicate. We want to communicate that story to others so that those people that are not Lions have an opportunity to say, hey, I'd like to have that same kind of an opportunity. I want to have that aha moment too, and they can be a part of Lions in doing so. Membership growth, we all know that we want to continue to grow, and we want people to start coming to our clubs and saying we want to be part of the team that you have. So we want to encourage all of the presidents to work with your global action team, which includes the leadership, membership, and service, to create that network of partnership, which is why last night I presented my district governor's pin to all of the people that were part of the President's Advisory Board, which we reinstituted. And then I gave them a pin that had on the back of it, make your net work. And I deliberately spelled that in 2 words, net work, because the net that we have, that safety net, are people that we can use to embrace in our projects. The network as one word can be either the internet network, i.e. communication, or the network of people and friends that we have around us. Let's make our net work for this year. And at the same time, let's let the community know what we do, so that it's not just the best kept secret. In March of this next year, we're hoping to have our district convention and have that convention be one whiz-bang opportunity and adventure. One of the elements in that adventure is going to be what I'm referring to as the Club Service Expo. This is your opportunity to share what your club is doing in your community. And this is not going to be just for Lions to Lions. We're going to be opening it up to the public. We want the Kiwanis, we want the Elks, we want the Rotary, we want all of the service clubs, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, everyone to come and see what we're doing so that we can learn to partner with them, they can learn to partner with us, and we get that much more volume, service, and impact in our communities. I would like to ask Laura to please come up and be able to expand on that. Laura Wonderly has, even though she's way out there somewhere in a place called Springerville, I think it's next to the New Mexico border or something like that. I had asked her, or I had discussed with her at the most recent district convention about this concept, and she said, great idea. And I said, well, wouldn't you like to take charge? And she said yes. So allow me to introduce to you the chairperson for the Club Service Expo at our convention in March, Laura Wonderly.
Okay, as Lion Ken said, he's already described a lot of, what the intention is for the expo, but it's really, I guess our clubs, I've been thinking about this a lot of times our clubs are doing projects that we've maybe done for years, and, for instance, our club did a book sale for years, and we were very, very successful in that book sale, but guess what, electronics took over, and we didn't do so well with that, so the club decided not to do that. But a lot of times it's kind of a dilemma to figure out what should we do different? What could we come up with, to make funds to help serve our community? And so this idea for the expo was, I thought, an excellent idea. Clubs in District 21C will be contacted plenty in advance, and we'll ask you, do you have a service project that has been successful for you, or a fundraiser that has been successful for you, and would you be willing to come and set up a booth, a table, and talk to other Lions clubs in the general public, as Ken said also, so they know what we're doing, but to bring all your information in and talk to other Lions, give them the contacts, tell them how you do it, give them handouts, and help them, trying to come up with things that would also be successful in their communities. So there are some projects, for instance, that would be done in Phoenix, down here, that would not work in my little rural community. And so I'm interested in some of those activities to see some of the more rural clubs and what they come up with. But I just really thought this was a wonderful idea to have the expo. So be expecting a phone call in the not too far future, and, you know, to be asked to prepare, something for our expo.
Thank you. We have two things to take care of so we can close the cabinet meeting and then be prepared to go right into ID Allen discussing the My Lion app. I would like to ask our cabinet secretary to please make a quick report.
Roll call, please announce if you're here. ASU campus. 2. Bradshaw Mountain. Here. Camelback Mountain. Here. Camp Birdie. Chino Valley. Chino Valley New Timer. Clarkdale Jerome. Concho Valley. Cottonwood. Flagstaff. Flagstaff NAU campus. Flagstaff Sunrise.
Here.
Grand Canyon. Holbrook. Mesa Dreamcatchers. Mesa Host.
Here.
Mesa Thunderbird.
Here.
Mesa Vietnamese American. Overguard Ponderosa.
Here.
Payson. Phoenix Asian. Right. I like that. Let's do it one more time. Phoenix Asian, we got that. Phoenix Barangay. Phoenix Biltmore. Phoenix Breakfast. Phoenix Paradise Village. Phoenix Philam. Phoenix Social. Phoenix Valley of the Sun. Pine Top. Okay. Prescott Embry-Riddle. Prescott Evening. Prescott Noon. Prescott Sunrise. Prescott Valley Early Bird. Scottsdale Kachina. One more time. Scottsdale McCormick Ranch. Scottsdale McDowell Mountain Ranch. Scottsdale Pinnacle Peak. Scottsdale Pride of Scottsdale.
Here.
Sedona Oak Creek Canyon. Sholo. Snowflake Taylor. Springville. Tempe. And Williams. Okay. The next thing is the minutes of May 21st that was digitally emailed to everyone. I need to know if there are any changes. Okay, nothing. Minutes approved.
Move to accept.
Move to accept. Okay, thank you.
David?
Okay, so we have a cash position of about $8,500 right now. Some Lions clubs are still in the process of paying, and we have a budget. Basically, I want to highlight one item: the diabetes initiative that we're doing is going to be about $19,000, almost $20,000, and we expect to pay that out by the end of this calendar year, not the fiscal year, but this calendar year. And everything is going to balance because all revenues are going to go to expenses. So we'll have a net income of 0. So, call to accept.
I'll make a motion to approve budget as presented.
Motion second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion accepted. And I have some copies if anybody, I got 9 copies if anybody wants them. Thank you.
Thank you.
With that, we will go into our first training opportunity, which is the My Lion. And it's again my pleasure to introduce our International Director, Alan Lundgren.
Brian, can you start with slide 5?
Give me just a moment, sir. It'll be my pleasure.
I have found as I've been making some of these presentations, it's easier to ask outside of a few of our clubs, and they probably do too. Is there anyone in this room that does not own a cell phone? Wonderful. One young cub. Okay, she's forgiven. 3 years ago, under the direction of past international president Joe Trustin at his board meeting, a little over $5 million was awarded to the Marketing and Communications Committee. At that time, it was simply known as Public Relations, to go into the development of what will become our first mobile app for the community of Lionism, Lion to Lion. I've been honored this year. I served this past year as my first year on the board as a member of the Marketing and Communications Committee. And this year I have been honored by International President Naresh to be the chairman of that committee. And so you can see my shirt. I'm very proud of the My Lion app that has been developed and was brought forth at the convention in Chicago. Who in this room besides Lion, Mark Ross, has downloaded the My Lion app? Please stand. All right. Why am I not your friend yet? Why are you not following me? Why am I not following you? To each of you, I'm going to first explain a little bit, and Brian, if you'll move to the, do you have a clicker?
I can move it. Just tell me where you want me to go.
Go one more. Keep going. Okay. The intent of the My Lion app is, for this first year, is to enhance the opportunity for Lions to Lions to promote our activities. For 38 years that I've been the Lion, we keep always repeating to ourselves that the Lions are one of the best kept secrets in the world. And the point of this promotion that was awarded to us 3 years ago by Joe's committee and his board of directors was to move into the 21st century so that we can communicate with the latest technology. I'd like to put a little proviso that number one, this app was just initiated on July 4th at the end of the closing of the convention. It is still in developmental stages, so yes, there will be bugs. Please write this down. N.A. Lundgren, that's Lundgren, SR for senior, at AOL.com. That is my email for Lions and personal matters. I implore you to begin working with the My Lion app. I have no problems if you have a problem, a question, a suggestion, that you simply drop an email to me. For those of you in the older generation, just ask one of your grandchildren. I'm still learning how to do a screenshot of the error code that might come up or an issue that might come up. I ask you to please send them to me via email. In the subject line, put My Lion, because if you're not in my directory, then it will go into my junk file, which I look at every hour on the hour, and I will move it and forward that inquiry on to Lions Clubs International and the staff members that are coordinating this new app. My Lion, as I said, was designed to promote activities, to get the word out this year, Lions to Lions. While we are first getting that under our belt, we in the background are developing the Lions to the World, which will be initiated come the convention in Las Vegas. But we're taking baby steps so that it works and we are getting the best bang for our dollar. What this app allows you to do, if you had signed on earlier this morning to your own account, if you're registered, you would have seen that there was an upcoming activity at the Hilton Airport, the address, the time, and it was called the 21C Kickoff. The activities of other clubs are already starting to filter down. You need, though, and it's important, that you have to have some information before you can download the app and get yourself registered. We are very anxious to keep security and private information secure and private. So therefore, if you have not downloaded the app yet and have not registered your account, if you don't know your membership number on the records of my LCI, Lions Clubs International, go to your club secretary. To those of you that are club secretaries, I urge you to get that information out to all of your members. Each and every club in the United States, India, Australia, and Canada, those are our first target areas. It's a gradual rollout. All of your membership names are listed, but it doesn't become active until that individual member registers themselves. To register, you need your membership ID number and ask your secretary what email address and what mobile phone number are on the records of LCI. You might have a new email that's changed that you use now, and the old one, though, is at LCI. You're going to get a mismatch. Your records must match at LCI in order to get a 6-digit code that will come back to you. It's the final login code that lets you download this app. Once you have downloaded the app, you want to go into your own profile. And the Philippine community will teach you how to take a selfie, a picture, how to download it, and get it there so that you don't just come up this blank face on my Lion. We joke about it a lot, but it has prepared me. I can't thank you enough how much it prepared me. As Joe knows, one of the things they teach you at board orientation when you go on the board is to smile and do a photo op. And everyone wants your picture, right, Lion Joe? It's out there for the world. More importantly, now you are registered with My Lion. Please remember, this is different than My LCI. My LCI is simply where you go online through Lions Clubs International software to see your activities and to see your membership information. But the two need to work together to be registered. Now it's time to start tooting your horn. Who here in the room is on Facebook? Do you actively post on Facebook? I'm pleased to say that, where's Charmel? Where is she? The zone chairman extraordinaire. I know everything that their club is doing because she's active on social media, which is today's way to communicate. For our generation, The younger ones, I've already been informed, Facebook is now passé. It's Snapchat, Instagram, WhatsApp. Well, I'm with all the rest of you, and I'm dealing with Facebook. A quick story, 4 years ago, I was taking my first trip overseas after Sue had passed away. I called my granddaughter and said, could you come over? Her quick reply was, what's wrong, Grandpa? What don't you want to tell Mom and Dad? I says, nothing, could you please come over? 10 minutes away, she got there in 5 minutes, comes running in the door. She says, what's wrong, Grandpa? And I said, I'm leaving in the morning. Can you show me how to post a picture on Facebook? And while you're at it, how do I do it on my iPad? She will now take credit for the monster she has created. Because I did my homework and learned, but as I travel, and I also know that more of you follow Lion Terry than you follow me, because everybody thanks me for all the wonderful postings that Lion Terry posts, including me in them, of where we have been, what we're doing, and it's great when I come home to visit, because you say, well, I feel like I've already been with you wherever you have gone, because of your communication on social media. Whether we like it or not, it's one of the things that we, as our generation, must embrace. And I know there's a seminar this morning that this young lady's going to talk about on Facebook and social media, why we must embrace it if we're going to move into the 21st century of Lionism. You get the activities, and it's step by step. You can take this back. And I urge each and every one of the club presidents to put this on as a program within your club. There's a video, and it's this PowerPoint. There's also a video, and it's step by step by step to deal with getting online with My Lion, how to establish activities. Look at the next screen. And it gives you literally step by step by step. One of the enhancements that's already in the process, and we're waiting for the development, when you go into a new activity, it asks you, it's dealing with the service aspect of Lionism. And so it asks you, is this related to hunger? Is it related to the environment, the youth, or vision, or diabetes? And then there's a sixth category called other. And they're going to expand on that other in the next update that comes out to be club meetings, activities other than a service activity. Do you have fundraisers going on? This is a great way to promote amongst ourselves the activities that we are doing. You heard Lion Ron, it's the and your GMT and your GLT. Part of their responsibility is to share amongst each other the activities of service, leadership, and membership. This is a great way. You get a pop-up on your phone that John Doe Lions Club has got an activity going on that's dealing with hunger or the environment. You can follow it. You can RSVP and get invited to that and let them know you are coming and want to participate. The various steps as we go along, and it ends with a confirmation that the activity has been established. Then all the people who have signed on now to My Lion will see what's going on. Like I said, I know via Facebook what Phoenix Barangay Lions Club are doing, because Lion Charmel is so active in social media. This is our way as Lions to move forward to the 21st century. How many of you, while I'm speaking, have gone into your app store, or I'm not sure what it's called on those Android phones? I'm a loyal Apple user, so I have an app store. But if you go into your app store and just search for My Lion, the app will come up. Have you started downloading them already? Yes? Who's doing it right now as we speak? Very good. Did you are you working through the process, or are you already loaded?
I got it registered.
Pardon me?
I got it registered.
You haven't registered. And yes, to register, your account. First step, get it downloaded. And then number two, the registration process. While we're here today, till early this afternoon, I will be here. If your club secretary is not here, if you come and see me, I can go online to my LCI, pull up your registration and your membership number and let you know what it is. And you can I can confirm your email, your cell phone number if it's so listed, and your membership number so that you can get registered.
Lion Alan?
Yes, Lion Tom.
I also, on my laptop, which is not there, but it's in my, I downloaded all the membership rolls for all 3 districts the other night.
Wonderful.
And I've got all that information, so I can give you your
Wonderful.
email.
So Tom can too. And that's information that we can share. Your cabinet secretary has the ability. Your club secretary, your club president has the capability. The leadership chairman has the capability of looking at that information shortly. Thank you, Lion Joe. Ron caught it, that the global service team members they didn't click the button yet to authorize them into the records of the activities of the clubs within their district. Come the second version 2.0 that will be unveiled in Las Vegas is the one that will be the goal of this whole operation. And that is us communicating with non-Lions, to give the opportunity for us to reach out to non-Lions. How many of you, when you're searching on the internet, get these pesky little pop-ups that you've been selected for this, or you're interested in that, or you're searching for things if you're shopping on Amazon? For me, there's only 2 places to shop in this world, Macy's and Amazon.com. You get the information and you start researching, let's say it's the environment, and you start expressing an interest in the environment. Well, it's going to get a feedback to you that said, did you know that the Lions clubs are very active in the environment? And if you say, oh, yes, I'd like to learn more, it will keep filtering you down until if you've provided them the information of at least an email. If you do like I do, I have an email address that I use just for those purposes. So everything gets in there is junk, but I can filter out what I want. It will end up, let's say you say, yes, you are environment. Yes, I'd like to know what the Lions Club in my area is doing on the environment. And you give them your zip code. The next thing you know, your club secretary in any club in that area reached by that zip code is going to get an information that says, Mr. Kazuki Kashihara of Tempe, Arizona is interested in the environment and some interest in what your Lions Club has to do on the environment. In a nutshell, what it's going to do, it's going to keep filtering to us, just like businesses, vendors, retailers do, how they filter the information of where we've been on the internet and so forth, to say you might be interested in the product that I have to offer, and that product is membership in Lions Clubs International. One of the neat activities that works now is, as you know, I travel a lot. I was in California last weekend doing seminars on this in one of the districts in California. When I landed in Santa Barbara, I take my phone off of airplane mode, I hit my icon for my Lion, it pops up, and I have my parameters established of a 50-mile radius. It started popping up the activities that were going on within a 50-mile radius of Santa Barbara, California. It was nice to see. The closest activity was the convention I was headed to and participating in and talking about my life. You can see I have a strong enthusiasm for what this is going to do for us, to help us spread the word wherever we go on what we're doing. Ron, a question?
Just myself, Lion Rochelle, Paul Yops as GST, we're gonna be going to your clubs, and this is one of our main pushes that we're going to be doing and walking you through this, because it's gonna help all of us grow stronger by using My Lion app. And thank you, Alan, for helping lead this, but it's gonna make our district really work stronger together.
There's so much that we can do with it, and we're just in the infancy stages of what's available. Brian, click to the next slide. Let's see what some of the others are. You can see these are the various screens that come up. You can find clubs. You can search for other Lions, and it's a global picture. It's not just here in Phoenix, Arizona, or Mesa, Arizona, or Tucson, Arizona. Yes, Lion Jan.
Does password have to be any kind of user-friendly?
No.
Maps,
No.
numbers?
No. You can create your own, one that you can remember. And you're allowed to save it. So once you've registered, your email becomes your username, and you create your own password, and then it's saved in the file. So when you bring up the main app screen on My Lions, and I'm already logged into it, it would come up with my login screen, and I just say log in, and I don't have to keep re-entering it over and over and over again.
I know that, but I put Jim's in as and its own numbers, and it won't register.
It won't register. If some of the other maybe information is wrong. We can try it afterwards. Did he give you his real birthday? Well, we know the day and the month. The question is it the right year, Lion Jim? And the right year is not 1963. You see, Lion Jim and I, we share the same birthday, along with Lion Terry. And as they both remind me, I've celebrated that birthday longer than they have. Yes, Lion Rosemary.
You know, people can use the same password they use at My LCI so that they can remember it.
Yeah, it's not gotta have a capital letter, gotta have a sign, gotta have upper and lower case, include a number and all that kind of stuff. Click some more of the next screen line, Brian, please. I like it for searching for activities, searching for other clubs, searching for the members. Here's some of the stuff. There's a chat box. It's not real detailed, but you can do messages. I've asked them, I have programs, you know, you get a little dot that comes up on your app or something that somebody sent you a message. Ours doesn't yet. And we need that because I forget to go into it looking for messages. And then when I do remember and I look up messages, they were messages I got a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I want to help my kids stay on time and keep on time. So I'm going to be around the rest of this morning at any of the breaks, over lunch. I ask you and implore you to do the following. Each and every one of you in the room, but get it downloaded as soon as possible on your phone. Then reach out to your club members and get them to do it and get it downloaded. Lion, Mark, and I are already set at our club in Gilbert. The first meeting, we go dark for July, so the first meeting in August. The program is devoted to My Lion and getting them all on there. Because when I bring up my club, the only two I can talk to and communicate with or share information with is Lion, Mark, and myself, because we're the only two that have registered. So I ask you, A, get it downloaded on your own phone. B, go back to your club and get your membership on it. C, to the zone chair, to our global action team. Thank you that you're reaching out to the other GSTs, GMTs, GLTs, the zone chairman, the region chairman. We need to continue to spread the word on what this can do for each and every one of us. Lion Ken, it's all back to you. And you're caught up with it.
This is an exciting program, and it's an exciting time. Take this back and let's make this be part of our communication, part of our network. We have a few moments that I would like to also recognize immediate past district governor, Rose Marie. She would like to share with you some things about the USA Canada Forum.
Thank you, Gigi. Can I see a raise of hands? Who thinks leaders are born?
Hope they were.
Who thinks leaders are made? Yes. And I believe it's both. When you are born, you are like a canvas. Anything that is being fed, it's just, they said, like cancer cells go together with the good cells. It's what you put in that makes it comes out. So I believe that all of us have these leadership skills. It has to be nurtured, it has to be brought out. So we have so many things, so many resources that can help us. I know it's not, people would say that, oh, let's not do it anyway, we're not running for the district, we're not, district officers. But we need good leaders in our clubs. Who's going to lead even our planting or our fundraising? Who is going to be a good leader to bring new helping hands, to bring new members to our club? So I invite you to attend our seminars and, okay, I'm going to talk about the USA Canada Forum, and that's going to be coming up in September 21 to 23. That's in Portland, Oregon. And this is one of the USA Canada forums that's coming close to us. The next one will be much farther in Columbus. Right now we have eight Lions in District 21C that has joined. I encourage a lot more so that you can bring back what you have learned, and it will benefit your club, the zone, and our district. We have other trainings that are coming. We are encouraging people to sign up for the Emerging Lions Leadership, and that's going to be in Denver, Colorado. So far, we have one person that signed up. Thank you, Lifetime, and we encourage some more people to do that. We have the Advanced Leadership. That's also at the same time in Denver, Colorado, and the faculty. So right now, we also have the first USA Canada Leo Forum. I know it is too close. I mentioned to the leadership team there that right now we have Leos that are going to the Chicago convention, so it is too close. But I want the clubs, the officers, to think about sending your Leos for the next year's forum. So, and presidents, this is the beginning of the year. I hope you put a little bit of budget to help people who want to attend the leadership seminar. Invest on your people, invest on our district so it will continue to grow. Thank you.
Just to complete the schedule so that we know what is going on for the rest of the morning as well as the rest of the afternoon. At 11 o'clock, we're going to reconvene, and there will be 3 venues. We've got the redistricting presentation, which will be in the amphitheater, which is upstairs. It'll be on the far side. You're going to have the most comfortable chairs there to be able to sit back, relax, and listen to a great presentation by PID John Walker. That will be upstairs in the amphitheater. The Facebook presentation will be conducted by Lori, and I'll have the pleasure of introducing my assistant at that time. And that will be right here, and that will be the Facebook 101. Leo's and Family Club presentation will be with Rosemary, and that will be in the Palo Verde room upstairs. There will be a special meeting which will involve Lion Ethel and Ron, let's see, Richard and Lisa and Bob. You're going to be there as well, okay? And that will be talking about the Jim and Jan Sternberg, And that will be talking specifically with the ADA people on the rollout of our diabetes pilot project. There will be other opportunities throughout the day for other meetings. At 12 noon, we will be reassembling right out in the foyer area for lunch. So those of you that have the orange tag, that will be for the lunch. We'll come back in here, so even if you decide that you're not gonna have the lunch that the hotel is doing, and you're just gonna sit back and relax and listen to the rest of the program, we will be having 2 presentations there. Lion PCC, Jim Sternberg's gonna talk about the LCI Centennial Convention that just occurred. And then we will also have a brief overview when they've completed their meeting of exactly what we're doing and where we're going with the diabetes program. You have the schedule there in front of you in terms of the classes and the classrooms. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. Please feel free to get to know your cabinet. Thank you again very much for being here. We'll take a recess until 11 o'clock.